Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. Now I know your first question is, what did I do to my hair? Well, if you didn't see my last video, which is me dressed up as a Vulcan and doing my waffle plant, so it was cheaper for me to cut my hair and get bangs to look like a Vulcan. You'll see the ears too. Than it was for you to buy a Vulcan wig. And because my boys and I really enjoy Halloween and we do the part and we give it 110%, so I went and I got bangs. They don't look really nice today because I just like and went, but they'll look really cool if you go and watch the waffle plant video, which went up on Halloween. But today is bake day. Yeah, another bake day. Fall is just a big baking session. So today we're doing pumpkin pies. Yeah, because every Halloween we cut up pumpkins. Now the parts of the pumpkin that we cut out, I save, boil, grind up with an immersion blender, and then I jar it. There's another jar over there, it's just I have two hands. So we will be making, well, you won't see all of them, but you'll learn how to make 4. We'll be making 12 pumpkin pies today. That's how much stuff I have. Now each jar holds about 2 cups, which is about 1 large can, for those of you who want to know. And if you'd like to know how to make your own, drop that in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I think Derek still has a few more pumpkins left that I can like chop up and show how to do this part. But yeah, I have to make 12 pies. I'm going to be giving the majority of them away. But if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can just go down in the description box. The description box will be a single batch, which is about roughly 4 pies. This is a triple batch, which is 12. Because we all know, like, oh, just get to the point. And I understand too, because sometimes I can be like that if I'm in a rush. But if you do stick around and you want to watch the whole video, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. So, first things first, we're going to make the insides first. I know sometimes people prefer to make the crusts first, but I find if I make the crust last, it'll be more easier to manage, more moldy, much easier to put in the pans, which I forgot to grease. I will be doing that after. So first things first is you want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which is I can't remember. Did I remember right down? Yes, I did. 218 degrees Celsius. Now, because we're going to be doing all of them at once, I'm hoping this bowl is big enough for all those ingredients there, including this one. So, first things first is the pumpkin. Oh, it still smells good. Now the difference between homemade pumpkin and like the canned stuff is the canned stuff will be sweeter. This stuff, I don't put sugar in it. I just leave it as is because that's 6 cups of brown sugar that's going to be going in it. I think it'll be sweet enough. Plus the whipped cream topping that goes on. So I think we're good. And I still forget my spoons, but my favorite one is available, Mr. Crooked. Yeah, and with the homemade stuff, it is more runny because there's nothing in it to make it thick or whatnot. So sometimes I've noticed that I'll get like an extra pie, but I do have enough pie plates for the just in case it's more than 12. Because I bought 12 and then I have 2. I got one that I keep for yourself for here, and then a miniature. It's more like a tart pie. And it's gonna come out looking like this. All nice and gooey. Now, the first thing you're gonna want to add to this is the brown sugar. This is 6 cups of organic brown sugar. A regular recipe will only be 2 cups. This is 6 because we're making 12 pies. Now, it's nothing fancy. It's just the complements organic brown sugar. If you can use regular brown sugar if you wish, it is entirely up to you. And something tells me my bowl is not going to be big enough. Oh, maybe. I don't think it'll be this bad. And sometimes the immersion blender does miss like a whole piece. So just take her out and set her aside. It's okay for there to be like tiny flakes, just not big chunks. Sometimes the immersion blender misses things. That's the worst part. And the sugar gets it all to float to the surface so you can easily pick out the chunks. And you don't have to worry about people biting into it. Now, the next thing to go in is the flour. This is 9 tablespoons of the Einkorn flour because I'm making it. The majority of us are going to be eating it. If people don't like it, too bad. I want to use my Einkorn flour. So then I can enjoy it without tummy problems. Now, when the flour goes in, you may want to switch to a whisk. Things. Any type of whisk will do. Even the Dutch whisk or the one that's like a circle, like they all work great. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not using Big Bertha, or my big loud stand mixer. Because I've never learned how to make pumpkin pies with a stand mixer. So, I've always made them like this. And old habits are hard to break. And it's just basically mix until it's all in there. Whew. And it's mixed until it looks like this color. Until it looks like this. Now, the next one is the salt. I finally got my Celtic Sea Salt. This stuff that has 82 minerals that your body wants and needs and can pull out of this salt. This salt won't dehydrate you like table salt will. Like, I mean, I got table salt up there, but I mostly use it for cleaning. Now this is 3 teaspoons of Celtic sea salt. You can use table salt if you wish. You can use the regular sea salt. It's whichever works best for you. And the one thing about the Celtic sea salt is it's a water hungry salt. So it'll pull the water right into it. And the way the cells like this salt in your body is it'll open up the pathways to where the cells can pull the water into them quicker. That's the type of magnesium that it is. And there's no change. It won't change the color. It won't change nothing. Next is the ginger. This is 6 teaspoons of ground ginger. It's just regular ginger. I think it's Clubhouse. I think it's not organic. It's finding organic ginger is very hard around here. So spicy on the nose. Shoot, this bowl must have been wet when I put it in. Yeah, and it's just stir until you get rid of all the lumps and bumps. And there will still be no change in the color. After the ginger comes the cinnamon. This is 6 teaspoons of cinnamon. It's not the Ceylon cinnamon that's the really super good one for your kidneys and whatnot. This is just the regular. still no change in color. It'll still be the same. Next is the nutmeg. This is 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. Just plain nutmeg from Clubhouse. Nothing special. It is spicy. Just be careful. That's the oven done preheating. Okay. Next is the orange juice. This is 1 cup of orange juice. It's just plain orange juice. I think it's just the Compliments brand. I don't even think it's organic. Because lately it's hard to find the organic stuff. And when it is in, it seems to go just like that, which is understandable. Okay, and still no change in color. It's still that nice deep dark brownish red. Next is the milk, or soy milk in my case. This is 6 cups and 3/4 cup of soy milk. You can use dairy milk, goat milk, yak milk, any of the other plant-based milks, which it's entirely up to you. It's whichever you prefer. It's a lot. Brown sugar lump. Okay. Now it did get lighter in color, which is normal, and so is that foaming as well. That's just the milk. I don't know, not sure if it's like curling or whatnot, but it's normal. Last but not least is the egg replacer. This is 18 tablespoons of egg replacer mixed with 54 tablespoons of water. The other equivalent would be 18 eggs. Now I know what you're saying. Eggs are not bad for you. I just can't eat them because I'm anaphylaxis to eggs. And if your eggs are ethically sourced, like you have your own chickens and they're treated perfectly, you're buying them from local farmers who treat their flock properly, I don't find a problem with it. The only problem I might have is it might not fit in the bowl. We're gonna find out. success it is. But I can't really. Ooh, don't fall in all the way. Okay, let's see if we can get this mixed up without spilling any. Oops. Nope, I couldn't. I made a mess. Oh well, I tried. And I just washed my floors this morning too. Oh well. Hands a wash. And now to set this aside. Well, not just pretty well over there. Because now, oh my goodness, this is kind of clean up my surface here. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Surface is cleaned. I got the pie pans greased and ready to go. Now it's time to make the crust. Now this is 9 cups of the Einkorn flour. And we're also not done with the Einkorn flour. The Einkorn flour, because I still have to put some of the surface and like roll up the things. So, first thing that goes in this is 1.5 teaspoons of the Celtic Sea Salt. If it gets chunky like that, don't worry. Like I said, it's a water-hungry salt, so it'll pull even the moisture in from the air. And that's because of the magnesium that's in it. It's why our body likes it so much. And then you'll want to add 6 teaspoons of sugar. This is organic sugar. This is the Just Us sugar that's from the coffee company that's on the mainland in Puree. Really good sugar. Just mix it up. Don't worry, my hands are clean. You watch me clean them after I cleaned up my floor. Don't mind that noise, that's just my oil coming on because it is very cold here today. We almost had to light the wood stove last night, but it only went down to 0. So it's like, oh thank God. It's not quite winter yet. Here. It is on the mountains because there's snow up there. And I did have to put my winter tires on because we go over mountains when we go trick-or-treating. Okay. Oh! I forgot the water. Whoops. But first things first. This is 4.5 cups of shortening. It's a lot of vegetable oil. We got it mixed in here. And then I'll have to pause you and organize the water. don't think this bowl is big enough. This is my second deepest bowl. I thought it would work. Might not. I may have to get another one. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I might if I just be very, very careful. Wondering if it would be better if I had the milk in that one. I need to get bigger bowl. Oh yes, it is much better. Sorry for moving, but that's what happens when you bake without a script. This is all, like what you see is what you get. Nothing is planned half the time. I forget stuff. Like I forgot the water. Stuff falling out of the bowl, which is okay because the flour that I'm going to spread here will pick it up. Put my measuring cup in there. I think I have a plastic one. It's a 1 cup. Now it's starting to come good. Now, Einkorn flour is not 100% gluten-free. It does have gluten in it, but the gluten that is in the Einkorn flour compared to your everyday flour, the hybridized wheat, is way easier for your stomach to process. Like the hybridized wheat or the flour today, you pretty well need a cast iron stomach to digest that gluten. That's one of the reasons why so many people have gluten issues nowadays, is because the flour changed. Everything has changed, and it almost seems like not for the good. good part. Just get the one hand clean. Oh. Yeah, I'm terrible for forgetting things. Like, for an example, I forgot my best friend's birthday, which was at the beginning of October, and I only remembered it at the end of October. I forgot a meeting for my youngest to help him with his schooling. When we went on vacation, I forgot sunscreen. What else have I forgotten? One cup, here we go. And you need, 3 cups of these. So 1 cup for a single batch of 4 pies, 3 cups for the double batch. Yay. 1, 2, 3. And if, in case you're wondering, I have a well. This is well water. Oh, I missed my pants. It will eventually absorb. It just takes a while. And sometimes that happens. Well, it's not like I'm leaving in this shirt, so water's gonna go everywhere. She's starting to come. Doughier. You can tell because it's lifting the bowl up as I mix it. Angus is on high alert. We had a bald eagle go by today. So he went on full charge, like bugling. The chickens ran for the... Oh yeah, we have more chickens now. My youngest had a birthday. There we go. Now I need to wash my hands. My youngest had a birthday last weekend, and he asked the boyfriend for chickens. He wanted more chickens for his birthday. What do you want for your birthday? I like chickens. So, about an hour and a half before the party was to start, the boyfriend and his oldest daughter show up here with chickens. 3 chickens. So Raymond has 9 chickens. Nine chickens for a 9-year-old, so I guess it makes sense. So he's very happy. Very happy that he's got new chickens. And unfortunately at this time of year, and because they're all old chickens, they're not laying hardly any eggs, which is fine. I don't mind. Because again, I can't eat them, and Raymond takes them to his dad's when he eats them. Sometimes we trade them for like produce or whatnot. Like one of my neighbors had a garden, and we traded a dozen eggs for, you know, some tomatoes and green beans and things like that. Because the bartering system in today's day and age is still great. Okay. Now he wants in. I will be right back. Angus is in now. Now it's time to make pies. Now you just want to spread some flour on a nice flat surface. I'm not worrying about these because they'll just go into the pie. And you'll want to grab a handful of your pie pastry. Just a handful. Like so. Put it on the flour. Dust both sides. And I forgot my rolling pin. See, I have a bad memory lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. And just give her a little roll. Rolling, rolling, rolling. That. Just like so. And take your first pie plate. It is greased with the Nutmeg margarine. And you just want to lift her up, put her in. Now, the thing about the Einkorn flour, it will fall apart a little bit easier, but it is easy to fix. So, just pop some here. Some here. There we go. Rolled it out a tiny bit too thin because I didn't grab a big enough piece. And it's okay if it goes in the pie plate in pieces, because I mean it's all going to bake into one piece and it's still going to be good. the middle. Scrape up some hard spots. Grab another handful. Like this process here, what you're gonna see, will be like a single batch. You'll just have to repeat this 3 more times for a triple batch. And maybe not slam it down so hard. And sometimes, if you're not paying attention, your rolling pin will dry out, so you kind of have to pay attention to that. See what I mean? It starts to stick. So after this one goes on, I'll have to add a little bit more flour, thinner. I'm gonna have to turn down the oil because it's coming on often. Well, I'll turn it down once I'm done baking and I'll put my sweater back on. I have to take my sweater off so then it wouldn't, because it's full of cat hair. I thought for a second that was gonna fall over. Okay, another handful. Almost perfect, except for one tiny little hole. Spread it back to the middle. Spread her out. Can you even see how I'm doing that? I don't think so. Maybe if I move you here. You spread it out like that. That's probably what I should have been doing. And then fold her in half like this. Put your pie plate there. And then fold it back over. As I said before, it's okay if like holes happen. There's lots of dough to fix it. It is not the end of the world. See? Fixed. Baking doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's delicious. Okay, now for this part. You don't need to clean up your flour yet. You can leave it here in case you have more dough left over. You can always like add more to it. Now, the next thing we're going to need is a ladle. And the pumpkin filling. God, this is heavy. And it's simply stick your ladle in and fill up your pie. I do roughly 3 scoops. It all depends on the size of your ladle. Like some ladles are bigger than others, but 3 scoops is a good amount. Because you have to remember, it's going to expand, especially if you're using eggs. It'll double in size with eggs. With egg replacer, it'll like half of a double. So like a quarter more. There. This. And voila. Now we move this back over here. And my hands a quick wash. Alright, now back you up. So we're going to be opening up the oven and placing the pies in. Now my oven can fit 4 pies at a time. So that's why we're doing it like this. Be very careful not to burn yourself because it is very, very hot. I can only fit 3. Okay, so we'll do 3. That's a lot. I used to be able to fit 4. Huh. Okay, and you'll want to bake them for 15 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 218 degrees Celsius. And then once that's done, we'll come back. Okay, now that it's done baking for the 15 minutes, you have to lower the temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 177 degrees Celsius. Okay, it'll say that. And you want to bake it now for another 40 minutes. There we go, and 40 minutes from now, we'll be back. And we're back. And it's time to take them out of the oven. So we'll see what they look like. I've been peeking in on them since they were first put in. But as you can see, how they puffed up. This will flatten once it cools. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Then you push bake again. And you get it up to 425. And then once it hits that again, then you put your other pies in. Now, they do look scrumptious, and you have to wait 20 minutes before you can cut into them. Maybe even longer. Like you see, you can already see how they fell down. That is perfectly normal. That is what you want. So they're going to cool for 20 minutes, and then we're going to taste test them. So be right back. All right, now they've cooled down enough, and it's time for a taste test. And which one to try? Probably him. So you need a knife, and a plate, and a fork. So plate, fork, and knife. Probably a serving thing as well. So cut her this way. Crust is good. Okay. Yes, I'm having a big piece because I love pumpkin pie. Now, look at the filling. Isn't that scrumptious? Okay. Very good. You know what's missing though? Because with all pumpkin pie, where is it? We all need whipped cream. Now this is the Galia coconut whipped cream. So it is suitable for vegans and people who are allergic to dairy. The only thing I don't like about it is it has mono and diglycerides in it. So this is the kind that the kids really like. And it's like, but this is the kind we want, Mommy. I'd rather the other kind. Or I'd rather make it myself, but they don't like homemade whipped cream. But if you like homemade whipped cream and you would like to see me make a vegan homemade whipped cream, so for your own uses and for family members who are vegan, family members who are allergic to dairy, so then they can enjoy whipped cream too. I didn't mean to drop it. First time I bought this, the kids were like to themselves, and I think they went through the whole thing in a matter of an hour, or less than an hour, really. Yeah. So good. And another good thing about pumpkin pies, if you do make a lot, you can freeze them because they're like a custard filling, so it's very easy to freeze. All you have to do is first wrap with saran wrap and then wrap with tin foil before putting it in the freezer. So, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you can always give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, live long and bake on.